What if I told you this world isn't real? No, seriously, what if this entire reality is fake? What if everything you've ever learned about how society works, about governments, about history, about life, was just a carefully scripted illusion? Think about it. We've been told that our world is run by elected governments, global organizations, visible power structures. But what if none of them are really in charge? What if the people we vote for, protest against, or idolize as leaders are just puppets? And behind that curtain is a secret group. A group that controls everything. Our money, our media, our education, our minds. Sound crazy? That's exactly what they want you to think. Over the years, there have been people, celebrities, whistleblowers, insiders, who got too close to this truth. They became too aware, too loud. And guess what? They either died mysteriously, or vanished, or faked their deaths just to survive. You think that's fiction? Maybe. But what if it's not? Let's talk conspiracy theories. Moon landing was fake. The Earth is flat. Reptilian elites run the world. Secret societies like the Illuminati or Freemasons are pulling the strings. Fame and success in exchange for your soul. Every time you hear one of these, your first instinct is,
"Dude, what kind of nonsense is this?"
But here's the scary part. These ideas stick in your head. They plant a seed, and that seed grows, even if you laughed it off, somewhere in the back of your mind. But what if? And that's the thing about conspiracy theories. We don't believe them because they're logical. We believe them because we want to. Why? Because for many of us, life is boring, repetitive. You wake up, go to work, same commute, same people, same paycheck, same conversations. We crave meaning, we crave mystery, and suddenly, here comes a theory that says,
"Hey, you're not crazy. The world is messed up. You're just one of the few who sees it."
It gives you purpose. It gives you a reason to feel special, like you know something others don't. But let's not pretend it's all harmless fun. Some conspiracy theories are like candy. Interesting, weird, maybe even entertaining, like part of the Illuminati because of his hand signs, or the idea that pop stars use astrology and symbols to control minds. You hear them, you laugh, maybe you go down a Reddit rabbit hole for a night. But then there are the dangerous ones, the ones that say all religions are fake. That religion is nothing more than a man-made system of control, designed to manipulate, divide, and rule. Now imagine someone starts pushing this theory publicly, starts showing evidence, starts convincing people that their entire belief system, the foundation of their identity, is a lie. You know what happens next? Violence, riots, chaos. People lose faith, communities break, lives are ruined. All because one person wanted to prove a point. That's the power of a conspiracy theory taken seriously. And if you think this is just theoretical, it's not. There have been real-world consequences. Lawsuits, defamation, misinformation leading to deaths. YouTube itself has strict rules about conspiracy content. You know why? Because it's not just someone's opinion anymore. It's a tool, a weapon. And in the wrong hands, that weapon can break the world. Just look at recent events. Celebrities filing lawsuits for hundreds of crores. People being arrested for spreading false information online. Mobs forming over tweets and videos. So then you start to wonder, should conspiracy theories be banned? And here's the twist. No, they shouldn't. Because as insane as it sounds, there's one thing I believe more than anything else. This world is not what we think. Not even close. Let's take something simple. Celebrity life. You and I were sitting at home watching Netflix, scrolling Instagram, thinking, wow, look at their life. So rich, so perfect. But step behind the curtain. Talk to the makeup artist, the cameraman, the journalist, the bodyguard, the assistant. Talk to anyone who really sees celebrities behind the scenes. And suddenly you realize, their life isn't glamorous. It's exhausting, fake, sometimes dark. What the public sees is a brand, a mask. But the people closest to them, they see everything. Who they're really dating, What they're really doing in those hotel rooms, those private parties, those DMs. Now imagine this isn't just about celebrities. What if every part of our life, politics, healthcare, media, education, has a hidden layer we don't see? And what if those layers are controlled by people you'll never meet, with agendas you'll never know? Here's something I heard once, and I've never forgotten it. The truth can be hidden for a while, but a lie? A lie always finds a way out. It just takes time. And I've realized not every truth needs to be spoken. Because sometimes speaking the truth is dangerous. Sometimes it puts a target on your back. Sometimes it gets people killed. So what do? You tell the truth. But you hide it in a story. You call it fiction. You put on a mask. You blur your voice. And you pray that someone out there is listening. Because that's what conspiracy theories really are. Hidden truths told as stories. So the messenger survives. And the message lives on. And you know what I find most fascinating? Some of these theories, the really bizarre ones, started out as jokes, as madness. But years later, people found proof. Time-based conspiracy theories. Ones that everyone laughed at until suddenly nobody's laughing anymore. And I can't help but wonder, what if the theory you're hearing today is the truth you'll believe in 5 years?
It's the only time in history where the technological accomplishment cannot be repeated by any nation on Earth 50 years later. To me, that proves that it's a fraud to begin with.